Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. We're going to give it a few more minutes for people to log on. In the meantime, would you please tell me where you are tuning in from? What city and state are you in? Yeah, put it in the chat. Thank you for being here. I am going to get started with my webinar from Meltdowns to Meetups, and I will be using my SAFE method. You are in the right place if you want to find emotional support and gain practical tools without burnout. If you want to find a community where you can share authentically without being judged or made to feel guilty. And if you want to gain strategies to build your confidence on your parenting journey. What you'll learn is how to connect with people who get it and know what it feels like to parent a neurodivergent child, or how to provide self care to improve relationships between you and your spouse, you and your child, and between you and those who are around you, and how to increase your parenting confidence, where your confidence will overflow from you onto your child. Plus, you'll reframe your mindset so that you can provide self care without costing you any money. So you can build your confidence in identifying how to position yourself as a focused, relatable, and even fun parent. Learn how to strengthen your bond with your neurodivergent child and opportunities to prepare your child for unexpected experiences, like through role play. And if you stay until the end, I'll show you how you can work with me for parent empowerment and get access to my safe parenting method where you can parent without burning out. My name is Dr. Maeva Clark, and I support parents and caregivers of neurodivergent children by providing emotional support and practical tools without burning out, while they guide their children through towards meaningful friendships where they are celebrated and not for who they are and not just tolerated. Where I started, I've been married for almost 30 years. And when my husband Chris and I got married, we thought we were going to wait 2 to 5 years before we started our family. However, within our first year of marriage, we decided to start our family. And we were so excited when I came off of the pill and we became pregnant. We were so excited. But that excitement was short-lived. We lost our first baby. We had a miscarriage, and it was devastating. At the time, I was a respiratory therapist at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, and my primary unit was the neonatal intensive care unit. So I knew that an abortion, miscarriage was a spontaneous abortion because something was wrong with the fetus. And that caused me to wonder if I would ever be able to have children, if something was wrong, because, that was my environment. Our doctors reassured us and told us that we should try again. They thought that we would be fine. And we decided to try again. Unfortunately, we did. and we became pregnant with our son Chris. Chris, when he was born, he had two first cousins. One was 6 weeks older than him, and the other was 3 months older than him. So he was around his cousins, and over time we noticed that he wasn't doing some of the things that they were doing at the same time. And we raised concerns, and those around us kept saying, well, everybody grows at their own pace, and, just give it time. So as time progressed, we noticed more and more things that he was a little slower with. And we said, can this be a coincidence? Can everything be at his own pace? And so we decided to have him tested. And we went to the intermediate unit, and we found out he did have some developmental delays, and he required occupational, physical, and speech therapy. So what I did was I went to his sessions with him, and I did work at home. I sat at the table with him, did countless hours of work to close the education gap between he and his typically developing peers. My daughter was born, and they're only 20 months apart. So it was very busy for me. And when my children were little, uh, uh, probably around where you see this picture right here, when they were little, I enjoyed really just spending my time with them. If Chris wanted to go out with his friends, I say, go ahead, I'm good. I got the kids. And I did it, and I was good until I wasn't good. There came a time when I realized that if I wasn't working, I spent all my time with my kids. And then one day, Chris was going out with his friends, and I got upset. I became angry. I was just upset. And I had to turn within myself and say, why are you so upset? He's not doing anything he doesn't usually do. And I realized I wasn't upset because he had somewhere to go. I was upset because I didn't have anywhere to go. Because when I looked around, I had stopped going out with my friends. I had given myself up. Another time, Chris said to me one time, he said, you know, if you're no good to you, you won't be any good to anyone else. And I had started seeing a therapist, and I'm really glad that I did. Now, somebody might say, why would you see a therapist if nothing is wrong with you? And I would say, you see a therapist because you don't want anything to get wrong. And one day I was at my therapist, and my therapist said, Maeva, what do you like? And I sat there, and I sat there, and I sat there. And I couldn't think of one thing that I liked. And that was devastating. And I started to cry. My tears just rolled down my eyes. And I realized I had lost touch with myself. So between those three experiences, I realized I had to start performing self-care for myself. I had to take care of myself. And one of the assignments my therapist gave me was to write down 50 things that I like. And I said, if I can't think of one thing that I like, how in the world am I going to come up with 50 things that I like? So I'm so grateful for that assignment, because when I sat there, I realized I liked hot chocolate, because when I was younger, hot chocolate made me feel warm and fuzzy inside. I remembered that I like scented candles. Um, I like taking walks, and I also like getting my hair done, getting my nails done, but and I like seafood. What this list showed me is some things cost money and other things didn't. But I was able to, the next day I went out to BJ's and I bought a case of hot chocolate. I made sure I had some scented candles. And then for 2 weeks straight, I would put music on in the bathroom and I would light a candle when I took my shower. And I realized that like centered me for the day. And then I would go downstairs and have a cup of hot chocolate. And that small little change made the world of a difference for me. And I came to realize that self-care isn't selfish. Self-care is essential for showing up as the best version of yourself and building stronger bonds with your family and friends because you are the best version of you. And because this was so powerful and important for me, I decided to help other parents and caregivers find out the value in self-care even for them so they could too feel like me and become an empowered parent by to being the best version of themselves. So when Chris first was diagnosed with developmental delays, we were receiving his services through the early intervention. And when it was time for kindergarten, we had to have a meeting with his school district, and it's called the IEP meeting, an individualized education program or plan. And my husband was away at work at the time. So I was sitting alone at the table with about 12 people from the school district, and I was there by myself. This made me afraid of the unknown. I felt very overwhelmed. I felt intimidated. However, I was determined to become the best advocate that I could be for my son. My new life, my life now, after learning how to provide good self-care, I had the confidence that I needed to go back to school and earn my PhD. And I also learned to live life with experiences and not just exist through life. I became physically fit, um, and began taking care of myself. I became a better listener. I learned to start listening with my eyes and not just my ears, to give that attention to my children instead of multitasking all the time. And guess what? Some days I got it right, and other days I was still saw that I was a work in progress, but I focus on trying to listen with my eyes to show people that I care. I also learned that I didn't need to be perfect. It's not about perfection. It's about progression. And I became more confident as a parent, a wife, and it came from doing the work. And now I'm helping others to do the same. So I created MOAC, Mothers of Exceptional Kids, and we meet live once a month. Every first Tuesday of the month, we meet live via Zoom. And I'm going to let you hear a couple testimonials.
And every time I'm listening to her, watching her on her videos, I feel seen and understood. Even though her focus is on supporting mothers with neurodivergent children, I chose to be part of her group because her wisdom, encouragement, and practical tips truly resonate to me as a mom. They are very universal, heartfelt, and deeply impactful. When I joined her amazing support group, MOEC, Mothers of Exceptional Kids, I felt an instant sense of belonging, listening to the stories, struggles, and wins shared by the other moms in the group reminded me that I'm not alone in this journey as a mom. Um, Dr. Ava's words helped me to stay grounded, hopeful, and empowered. I always look of positive things to do when I got overwhelmed and I felt lonely or sad. And her support is truly a gift. Dr. Ava, thank you so much for creating this safe space for me, for us, all moms, and helping us find the light that we need even on the hard days. So, thank you so much. Um, so, if you're a mom like me, looking for connections, encouragement, and practical tools, whether your child is a neurodivergent or a neurotypical, I truly encourage you to join MOEC, Mothers of Exceptional Kids group meeting in Zoom. It happens every first Tuesday of the month at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's been such a powerful space for me. So you don't have to do this alone as a mom. So come and feel the support in the group. Thank you so much.
So I'm going to teach you how to become this empowered parent by using my safe parenting method. Who wants to learn how to become an empowered parent? Safe. S is for support. A is for action or your strategy. F is for fortitude or your strength. And E is for empathy or connection and sharing. So as you see, for support, you don't have to do it alone. You take action, but your action must be very clear and strategic. And parenting requires this inner strength where you have resiliency. And empathy is connecting with your child and understanding their feelings. So for safe, you need different connection opportunities. So some of them are internal and some of them are going to be external. So for example, we have our MOEC, Mothers of Exceptional Kids support group. We have our Connect and Thrive group coaching. We have our Thriving Together family conference and retreat, our Recentered Mama retreat. These are all external forms of connection, but then we have some internal forms of connection like the self-care check-in journal, the downloadable affirmations, and the mom's support circle guide and more. So the 4S strategy. So I use SAFE to make it easy for you to remember and understand. But it's support, strategy, strength, and sharing. And we have them all. You become an empowered parent. So I'm going to do a quick self-check-in and wellness check with you. Let's figure out where you are right now. How do you feel today? Put in the chat how you feel right now. Do you feel calm, stressed, tired, hopeful, grateful, or what other adjective would you use to describe where you are at this moment? What's your energy level? On a scale of 1 through 5, 1 being exhausted and 5 being completely energized, where do you fit? Where are you right now? What's your body scan? What do I mean by that? Are you tense? Are you relaxed? Are you restless? Are you comfortable? What adjective would you use to describe your body right now? What do you need the most right now? Do you need rest? Do you need quiet, encouragement, connection, or movement? What do you need right now? When was the last time you asked yourself any of these questions, or have you ever? It's very important for you to tune in with yourself, do an internal scan to see where you are. That is very important as one of the steps for self-care. So, what is the result when you feel safe? When you have that support, the action, fortitude, and empathy, the result is you become an empowered parent. Maybe you're asking yourself some of these questions. Am I capable? Do I really have what it takes to be the best parent for my child? Can I really help my child be successful? Or maybe even should you reach out for help? What is the number one reason why we don't feel supported? What do you think? Put in the chat what your number one reason people may not feel supported when they're taking care of their neurodivergent child. Well, it might be feeling isolated or lack of support from your environment. You feel like you're being judged or lack of understanding, lack of resources from schools and healthcare system. You may be feeling misunderstood or the constant need to advocate or educate others. You need to be a part of a community that cares, one that helps you feel supported, seen, heard, and understood. How do you get support? Well, first you could join my community, MOAC, Mothers of Exceptional Kids, and we will hear another testimonial. Oh. Well, number one is support. Well, the four components of support are from professional services. You get the resources you need from the administrators or the teachers and healthcare professionals. You get support from your peers and your community. You get again from your schools and from your personal practices.
Hi, my name is Kimberly Ferguson. I met Dr. Maeva Clark on LinkedIn approximately 2 years ago, and I just recently started attending her support groups, MOOC, and it's been very beneficial. She's been very good at sharing her story about her two kids, and she's written several books about her experiences so she can share with us. And she's prayed for me about a job and for my son. She's very concerned about our welfare. And I tell you, she's in my life for a reason and for a season, and I'm blessed. I can always count on her. We can pray after the MOAT groups, and she's just there for us, and she really cares for us. And I just encourage people to come to the support groups and connect with Dr. Maeva Clark. because it's a wonderful experience and it will bless your life.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you in your parenting journey? Put it in the chat. How confident are you in your parenting journey? When we lack confidence, it may come across as what? What might it come across for you if you lack confidence in something? Put it in the chat. Tonight, I'm introducing my Thriving Together, a MOEC family conference. This is support for parents of neurodivergent kids because parenting doesn't have to feel lonely. You can come here and get expert-led guidance and hands-on strategies to strengthen your parent-child bond. You can connect with other parents who truly get it and understand. You can give your child a fun, memorable experience while you recharge and grow. The solution, Thriving Together, a MOEC family conference. During this conference, you will learn. Number two, how to take action. What is the strategy? For the four components for effective strategies is you can advocate with systems. You get the tools and resources to be able to advocate for your child. You learn how to create structure at home to help build their confidence. You educate yourself with the knowledge that you can pour into your child, and then you're able to empower the child to build their self-confidence. Three, strength or fortitude. Again, self-care is not selfish, it's essential. And you learn that self-care is a form of strength. It helps you with your inner strength. You become strong enough to advocate boldly for your child. You build a supportive network, helps to build your strength. And believe it or not, celebrating small wins. Don't just look for the big picture. Celebrate the small day by day wins. What if your child doesn't usually sit still at the dinner table and today they sat? That's a win. We're going to celebrate that. Four, empathy or sharing. The four components of empathy and sharing are become an active listener. I already told you, I learned to listen with my eyes. You want to validate your child's feelings and look at things from their perspective. Try to put yourself in their shoes to relate more, to be able to connect better. And give thoughtful, compassionate responses. And the final phase, when you feel safe, and the final phase is you become an empowered parent. The problem, the struggles that parents may be facing, they feel isolated and misunderstood. They are worrying about their child's friendships, struggling to advocate at school or with the professionals like the doctors and their therapists. Why should you attend Thriving Together, a MOEC family conference? The conference is designed to reconnect or strengthen family bonds with fun, shared experiences, find support by building community with parents who understand your journey, gain tools learn practical strategies to reduce stress and boost confidence. It's very kid friendly. You can bring your children, they'll be safe. Um, you have these interactive activities. You want to create memories, blend learning, laughter, and family fun in one place. So there are 3 tiers to get this experience. Tier 1 is the essential experience. And what's included, you get a pre-kickoff virtual meeting. You get Saturday conference, a parent breakout section, interactive workshops, the Empowered Mom Toolkit valued at $150, the 7 Secrets to Improve Your Bond with Your Neurodivergent Child ebook, and help support for parents with children with learning and thinking differences. That's my very first book that I had with I wrote about my son. That's this. You get this book and you get snacks. So the early bird special is $97 until September the 24th, and then it goes up to $197. And this is per person. Lodging is not included. Tier 2 is the enhanced experience. It's everything that you get with Tier 1, plus you get lunch, a MOEX swag bag, which includes journals and activity materials, and a virtual accountability debriefing group session. This is on early bird special for $197 per person until September the 24th, and then it goes to $297 per person, and lodging is not included. Tier 3 is the premium VIP experience, which is everything from tier 1 and tier 2, plus you get the 3 tickets for a family. So it could be 2 parents and a child, or a parent and 2 children. However, you have your 3 tickets. You get one Wolf Pass, which is valued at $99. And these are the things that are included in the Wolf Pass. You get the Magic Quest throughout the stay. You get the Magic Wand. You get a free bowling game, a miniature golf game. And this experience is $497 for the early bird until September the 24th, and it's $597 after September the 24th for three people. And you also get Friday night, which is the Friday welcome plus family fun night with pizza. Um, you get my book, The Parent and Caregiver's Guide, as well as help. And then you get a private 60-minute small group coaching session after the event. Choose your experience. What is the transformation? What would you get? Imagine this. You feel confident and supported as a parent. Your child builds lasting friendships, and you have tools and strategies that actually work. Here's another testimonial.
Hey there, my name's Erica, and I have been attending Dr. Maeva's groups that she has been hosting the last couple of months. And I have a son, our middle one, who is developmentally delayed and is undiagnosed ADHD. And I just appreciate how we can come to the table as we are. And no matter the group of women that join us each month, we always come out refreshed with new tools and resources, and everyone is just at the same place. They are wanting to do what's best for their kiddos, and Dr. Maeva just does a really great job of facilitating that and helping us all feel welcome and heard. And I really truly love that we get together and pray for each other at the end. It just really is a true blessing. So thank you, Dr. Maeva, for what you have going on here.
So, are you ready to join Thriving Together Family Conference today and give your family the gift of confidence, connection, and community? Again, here's a recap. You can have one of three different experiences. You can join the Essential for $97, the Enhanced experience for $197 per person, or the VIP experience for $497 for three people. And we're staying at the Great Wolf Lodge in the Pocono Mountains, Pennsylvania. If you, for the first three families or first three people that join, you will get a free 30-minute coaching call with me prior to the event. So I look forward to seeing you. Are there any questions? All right.